Best way to earn XP objectives. Season 6. Genki Force. Solo challenges. Events.
Two former division rivals in the old AFC West. The Seahawks and Chargers are underway. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They juked him. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's first and 10 at the 16-yard line. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Cowboy 80s.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vick. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. Up the middle they go. Vick. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0.
Chargers, 0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
As I remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia, he was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard.
17-0 our score after one. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Geno now to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Here now a 3rd down and 8.
42-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play.
Throwing now is Gino. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This returnable for Cup. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Mustang 19.
Out of his end zone, here's Vick. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Steve Smith, 99 military now for the point after. And the lead is now an even 30. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Now Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Thomas has got it. Oh, put it on the clock with a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it.
And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that, but I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they take over in a precarious spot here, albeit after forcing the fumble at the goal line. This is safety territory as they start from their own 1.
Here we go. Start.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vick. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
10 at the 11-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
Now he's loose again. Off to the races. Moving inside the 20.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. It's their quarterback. 89 yards. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either, but boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense, guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else, and guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They'll take over after that pretty clutch forced fumble as they begin inside their own 5-yard line.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down to the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Steve Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Smith sacked. On the play, recovered by the offense.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Now it's Smith. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Back now in Seattle, Washington, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That's over the middle. He finds Naylor. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Javon Curse. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Kupp now on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And Steve Smith trotting back onto the field. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh, yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little bit more often.
He's got a man complete. There he goes again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
if you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins.
Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And off we go from Seattle.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
They'll start with a run by Tracy.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
Red 70 Timberwolves. Ready, red.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Broken tackle. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
60 Eagles. Get up. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vick. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of
of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll run on first down. Vic. Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. He's on his way. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 77 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now.
15. Colts, nothing.
There's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. Throwing on second and long. Prescott looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. "51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And another drive starts with them huddling in their end zone, Charles. Where have we seen this before? Very recently, but the last time they had it backed up like this, they took it the length of the field.
Hard to do that once, let alone the idea of doing it twice. But, of course, that's the goal. So, as a secondary deal, get 2 first downs. Help yourself with field position and help your defense out.
And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. So forget about being backed up. Here's a first and 10 all the way across midfield. Here's Vic. He's going to take another shot here. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. Pulled in at the 24. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Let's go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And now off to the races down the right side. On his horse. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Here's Smith now to return.
The Seahawks take
The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
65 catch. Ready.
To throw from his end zone. Vick. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Mac Hollins, 98 yards. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that's the type of play that will give your sideline some juice. A long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call. Even more credit for how they executed it.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. Tracy going to get it on first down. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. Now Prescott. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I know I spent a lot of time, really big hit on him, and held on to the ball.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Prescott. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Taken in at the 22. And out now come the Seahawks.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
60 Vikings, 60. Let's go. Let's go.
Right back to him on 1st down. Ooh, the juke. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
Britton, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Tag! Viking 18!
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still 1st down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll keep it on the ground. Vick. There he goes left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Cam Chancellor, he can do it all. This time it's a sack on the safety blitz.
A loss of 7 yards.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go, set.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucks are underway.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So out come the Bucks now for their first drive.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off the play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Go.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Fields.
And his throw here is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Inside the 10.
And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 17 yards out.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that they had nothing.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Calling a gain of 40 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Stonehouse in punt formation.
13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They're both game plan for this.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The race is on. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 99 yards. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here this first half. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have recovered. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. To throw, Vic. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
19-18.
Vic to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Steve Smith from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the rout is on here in this first half. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Here we go. Do it.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Nowhere Waiting for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball off his hands a lot quicker.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now fourth down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Take it at the 37. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's go. 7 times. Rocco, Panther and left. Mustang 19. Ready.
This will be the final play of the half. Vic. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And that's going to be incomplete.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL.
All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Here's Smith to return it.
And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Okay, ready? Here we go, set! 70 Timberwolf!
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Here we go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Vic. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and a couple.
60 Eagle! 60 Eagle! Ready, go!
They'll keep it on the ground. Vic. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
134 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now.
Okay,
I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Come on, come on.
A handoff to Barkley on the 6-yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Tag. Ready.
Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now he's into the clear again. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. How about that? Their quarterback, 52 yards. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Buccaneers, nothing.
There's been a Terry now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Here we go.
Now it's Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Got it. Ready? 19 Lions. Let's go now. 70 Rangers. 60 by 6. Ready?
Vic now after the fumble recovery. Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts them in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Pass to 50. Watch twins. Ready?
Well, they're going to throw it here with Vic. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of.
It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Buccaneers, nothing.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
319,
to throw is Fields. He'll try to pick it up himself.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Back to throw, Fields.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge.
The ball is teed up. Kicking team looks ready. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Has this at the 6. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. They're brought out by the 5th-year man out of Clemson. Hard to believe it's year 5, isn't it, Brock? Former #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
The promise, it's just consistency. Week in and week out, it'll be the next step for Trevor in his career.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. Running in his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And that one doesn't get him much, giving maybe a yard. It's 3rd down.
Sometimes it's not about flash and sizzle, Kate. Sometimes it's about old school football. Give your fullback the ball, and he's going to go get you a couple yards.
And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
65, 10, scoop.
On 1st down, they'll run. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Back-to-back carries here. Up to the races, middle of the field. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks grow their lead to 14-0. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Here comes the Bills offense for their 2nd drive of the game. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Getting the pistol formation here first as they come to the line. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to...
His first throw is an interception. And the Seahawks take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number one, and number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
Ooh, without much time left on that play clock, Coach Mike McDonald calls a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Get it! 18 Cardinal, 18 Card, Warriors, 70.
They'll throw to start the drive. He lofts one deep, center of the field. Big gain downfield. There it is, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip gain. Looking to tack on the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again. That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. It's an early runaway. We'll be right back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this.
Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Brown with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for a second down. Lawrence working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
This is not going to get it done on third down. They catch him behind the line. This goes for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Picked up at the 38. And who knows what was going on there as he's finally brought down for a huge loss. The Seahawks offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Okay, break.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got first and 10. Sending him on the dime. Shoots away from one. And this gets him well away from danger as he is up past their 20. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
Let's go.
Drawing up the design keeper. And he's going to slide down here. Picked up close to 5 before the slide. It's going to be second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Design quarterback run here. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first.
18, Pioneer!
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA. Understood. Some people would rather get right back to the field of play. And so we will as we advance to the start of the second half. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. The Seahawks sending their offense out to begin the third quarter. And they have really woken up after a sluggish opening half, haven't they, Brock? Looks like a whole new team out there. Seahawks just about set. Here's first and 10.
Ready, ready.
There's a dive up the middle. And he's going to have this one up to about the 21. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
He dodged the tackle. He made most of that one. Didn't he give him 9 yards on that first down carry?
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. In a good spot here, second and inches.
Ready?
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. It's a cut to the right sideline. And he will get this inside the 30.
These coordinators today looking to make splash plays however you can, and what a great way to do it. Defenses still have trouble, Kate, time to time with these jet sweeps, especially when they lose contain, lose that edge, a sizable boost on the ground for this offense.
And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Lone back gets the handoff. And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with third and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Ooh, without much time left on that play clock, Coach Mike McDonald calls a timeout. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. Third and just 2 to go.
Cougar 19.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
That's another Seahawks first down.
18 Cardinal, 18
First
Cardinal.
and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and punch it in. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this third quarter. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Seahawks have the football, and they're in great shape with this sizable lead.
Let's go.
Here's a design run, and he gives himself up after a short gain. Only a yard on the pickup. That leaves him with third and goal at the 6.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They're headed up the middle. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They scored continue adding to an insurmountable lead. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks continue piling onto this lead.
Bills nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
23. Hey, Jefferson, hot.
Drive begins with a walker run. Trying to fight free, he can't do so. They've got him behind the line. Now let's see, Brock, if they call their final timeout. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
They've been doing it. Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Number 1 launch to throw. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Seahawks pick it up. And they'll take over a little further upfield thanks to that return.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks are running them out of the building. Now we'll see them try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tack on 7 more to their lead.
48. Bills nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The Bills set to take over offensively. The opportunity to win this game is, well, it's long gone, Brock. They're down to their last opportunities now to avoid the shutout as well.
Hey, Ron.
Walker on 1st down. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And that play right there, Brock, is this game in a nutshell. No points, but plenty of struggles.
What did the late, great John Wooden used to say? Never confuse activity for achievement. We have not seen much achievement today.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Hawkins isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right, we talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
7 yards. 3 and out.
And that is how you take down a challenge, baby. You have some momentum after that. Let's pick out another challenge and keep it going. The ball is teed up, and we are ready to go. And we're underway from Seattle. Return coming from the 6. Oh, baby, he gets rocked, and the ball is out. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just...
He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. But the Dolphins able to track that one down and cover it, so crisis, at least momentarily, averted. Wow, that was fast. Might be time to take a step back, and we just started this game. Maybe take a couple of deep breaths. Very first snap, and he nearly gave it away. That could have mentally taken them out of this game.
Yeah, for the player, a little bit easier to respond. For the coaches on the sidelines, that drives them crazy to see the ball on the ground. You know how precious this ball is in this game? Got to take care of it. There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches, they really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Jackson now on third. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they're staring at a fourth down now after that sack. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. And he gets it away from his end zone. Still has some space up near midfield. Still going through the 25. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And you also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board.
19-18.
And the play clock expires. This is going to cost them half the distance.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still first down.
Ready up.
And that penalty is going to go ahead and put them right back where they started. It's 1st and 10 again.
Here we go. Set. Crack all 80.
And they don't get the snap away in time. This is going to move them half the distance.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still first down.
And that penalty is going to go ahead and put them right back where they started. It's 1st and 10 again. Get the fullback involved here. And they come up with 7 following that flag. That sets up 2nd and 8.
I can safely say, Kate, that's exactly what you want offensively. Exactly what you want to do to get out of the shadow of your own goal line, get a good push, get a good gain, get some positive yards. Job well done.
And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright.
That's good.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Hutchinson on the tackle.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. The Seahawks with an early lead. More from Lumen Field in just a minute.
They run
it with Saquon Barkley. Escapes the defender. And he's going to get this one to about the 22 before they take him down. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
They go play action on first down. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. A gain of 15 there. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Looking in the air here. He's going to push one deep down the right. That's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks get more points to end a lopsided first half. Setting up to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Seahawks push their lead to 18.
Dolphins nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Yep, as expected. They go to the ground to start this one off. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick
Welcome
recap
back,
of the
everybody.
first
Kate
half,
Scott,
which has
Brock
been
Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter.
Blowout territory unless they can come from
Here's
behind and
Myers
get
now
themselves
to
a
handle the kickoff.
victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate
Here's
Scott
Smith on the
and
return.
Brock Heward.
Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting to normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I'm not surprised by that outcome, Kate. You crowd the line defensively by going all out for the safety. You got to be careful you don't wind up giving them an alley, not just to escape the goal line, but for an even bigger chunk of yardage.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Okay,
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Here we go, Scott. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
Line up the design keeper. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run.
Brings up second and 2.
After that little 8-yard scoop, here comes second and 2.
Come on, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 7.
Dive play straight ahead. Shoots away from one. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little game, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
First down, run with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. The Seahawks have the football, up a couple of scores to start their fourth quarter. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't mind. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Stopped at the line, and that forces them into a 4th and long. The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this.
Let's go now. Ready?
He's round up for him. And the defense escapes. Sam, a nice drive going, but the defense gets off the field by forcing that turnover on downs. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Working fast as that clock ticks down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Working quickly here.
Jalen Phillips on the tackle.
Now throw, 3rd and long. Escapes his grasp. Making the call himself. Continuing to move past the 45. Now a hit and Jackson loses the ball. And the Seahawks have it. He brushed him off with ease. They get a little extra on top of that fumble recovery as they take possession. Oh boy, they were very lucky to get a chance to tackle him there. Even luckier that they forced that fumble on what was an incredible run.
Quarterbacks do a lot of ball security drills in the pocket, spend a lot of practice time, but not out in the open field. Well, not until next week when that QB is going to get a little lesson on the practice field.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
They're going to pass it here. This is a heater going deep. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for 2nd.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
79 Broncos. Cougar Knights.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Sends this to the end zone. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Seahawks keep running away with this. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again.
Dolphins 2. Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And they've really been smothered by that defense all game. Not just on the scoreboard, partner. Any yards at all. They've just been tough to come by.
Yeah, just hard yards. Just hard. Just no rhythm, really, throughout this one. Let's give some credit to that defense who has just had their number from beginning to end.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
2nd and 7. At the 38-yard.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And now it's 3rd down. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. Here he goes, one final shot. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. All right, you picked up the win. Nicely done. So what's next for you? Replay a challenge, pick a new one, or...
Statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
Get set, get set.
In motion is Austin Hooper. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The slot man in motion right. Now Purdy. Completes it to the fullback Ham. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Purdy. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Fielded at the 20. So here are the Seahawks now with a long field in front of them. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now they can't bring him down. Oh, another great move.
He's got a full head of steam.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 98 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Set to kick off.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They're already looking up at a 16-0 deficit. Still plenty of time to go, first quarter. But work to be done as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here. Purdy. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Get set.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and now off play action, it's Purdy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Purdy now to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. $16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Gets around him, and they work this out past the 25. 124 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Here we go. Set. 19 Charger. 19 Charger.
Vic to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Trap 60. Here we go. Drag him 60. 60.
From the gun, Vic. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Here's Vic. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Back. Cowboy 80. Ready, right?
On play action, Vic.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Steve Smith, 34 yards. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And a route is on here in this first half. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Ready, quick. Cowboy 80. Come on. Set. Check out.
On first down, Vic. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
70 Timberwolves. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Vic. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Let's go.
To throw, Vic. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Matt Hollins as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Seahawks.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2.
Carlson now to kick this one away.
Here's Smith now to return.
The Seahawks take over.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
2 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Get it. Ready.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
It's a play fake. Now Vic.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Goes for the right side here, complete.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
136 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
On 3rd down, Vic. Oh, a heck of a move.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Ready.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Go. Viking 18. Ready.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Up the middle they go. Vic. There he goes, right side. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Sam. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and think, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Houston set to take over. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Oh, that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Back to throw, Purdy.
He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10. At the 41-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vick. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, Vick. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
At least they were running the ball on the final play instead of trying to throw it to rub it in, but he still got in the end zone. I kind of blame that, though, defensively. They were just kind of not even willing to stop him.
Yeah, they had an opportunity, but I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, it doesn't matter.
getting this one started. And away we go from Lumen Field. Sets a return. It's Chuba Hubbard. He stopped on the run back at the 27th. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. Leading them out, guys' first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
Okay, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback. A guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills. And it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing third down to begin this ballgame.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Goff on third.
The pass on third down. Jalen Phillips on the tackle.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt on fourth. Punt meets him at the 28. And now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And bringing them out, someone this defense is really going to have to keep an eye on, this mobile QB.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
The drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
Gained a little bit there, kind of feels like a gain of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone, no real breathing room, no margin for error.
Dodge the tackle. And he's going to get this up to right around that 13-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They give it to him again. And he cuts it back right. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. At the 5. All the way. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks grow their lead to 14-0. That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks lead 15-0 in this first quarter.
Patriots nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Hubbard with a return here. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. New England taking the field. Its second series of the game coming up. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. Patriots lining up. It's first and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Goff. Dump off to his fullback. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up third down. We are absolutely sprinting through this game, already through one quarter. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Brought in by Hooper. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. The Patriots have their punting unit out. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Starts his return from the 23. So Seattle retakes the field for their second series. And this is close to their end zone. They have got to be careful, but there is still enough time. They could mount something of a drive here. There's a dive up the middle. He cuts it right. Has some daylight through the 40. 30. Inside the red zone. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks boat racing them to the halftime locker room.
We are watching a showman put on an absolute show. What a day for this running back. I think he'd be the first to tell you. It's about the guys up front, receivers blocking outside, and the electricity of his legs.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Here's New England ready once again on offense. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Goff on 1st and 10. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. And dose of the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Jared Goff sacked. A loss of 7 yards.
To the air on 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Takes this in at the 25. The Seahawks offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. They are running away with this one, so probably content to just take this into the locker room. He'll throw from his end zone. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
Okay, ready?
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
19 left, 19 shot, 60 Eagles, 60.
Throwing again here from the end zone. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. It's a safety.
Result of the play is a safety.
Always hurts to do this. They give up the safety and now have to kick it away. Now he starts from the 6. They get to him and he loses the football. It's out. And they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys at Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
79 Broncos. Let's ready.
Throwing here just before halftime. That one connects. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives them a 1st and goal. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I going on a bit of a speed run, it seems. We are flying past halftime and going right to the start of the 3rd quarter. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. To return this, Rashid Shaheed.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
Throwing from his own end zone. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Big gain downfield. And he will take this down near the opposing 35-yard line.
63 yards.
So flip the field, folks. It's 1st and 10 inside of enemy territory now. Pass play coming here. Downfield, that finds Shaheed. There it is, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks grow the lead coming out of halftime. That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks continue piling onto this lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Starting from the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Patriots offense all set to go. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. First down from the 42. Goff to the air now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
We go.
Off the play fake. Here's Goff. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And this one doesn't go far. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Goff working from the pistol. Complete beyond the bunker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Patriots have it. 1 quarter to play in what's been a rough outing for them. To the air on 1st down. Here's Goff. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera kill. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they've made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Gay's kick is good. And finally in this 4th quarter, Brock, they're able to get something up on that scoreboard.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, Let your kicker get some points and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Rangers, 70, 18 Cardinal, 18.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Lasers this one deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20. So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. He's got Smith again. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Let's go.
They're going to pass it here. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Seahawks throwing 6 more on the blowout. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. So after the missed extra point, he's still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. Hubbard with a return here. Massive hits. The ball's out. And they steal it back on the return. Well, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right? At a young age, you're always coaching those guys. Hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
This is complete. Downfield to Smith. Into the red zone. It's not like we've heard this before, Brock. They scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Seahawks continue adding to an insurmountable lead. And that does it for that challenge. You picked up the victory. Keep things going. There's more out there to overcome.
Sub goal 585/1000. Best way to earn XP objectives. Season 6. Genki Force. Solo challenges. Events.
Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And away we go from Lumen Field. Jonte Wester to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Okay, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
That one complete to Hooper. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. First down now, ball at the 33. Goff. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
Second down.
From the gun, Goff. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Third and long for him here. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down. The Jaguars into punt formation. Pulled in at the 20. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
I know quarterbacks of this ilk sure excite their teammates. They love to see his explosion and that speed come to life. I also know this, Kate, that defensive coordinator on the other side, he did not sleep good all week long, knowing he could do everything right, have the right call. But that QB speed is a difference maker.
Working from his end zone. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. The 30. He's at the 10. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks grow their lead to 14-0.
I've seen a lot of plays in the playbook. I don't think I've seen a play designated for a 99-yard touchdown, but you will take it. That defense, they're over-aggressive, and the offense made a pay in a big-time way.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks lead 15-0 in this first quarter. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Here's Western on the return. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Out of the shotgun. Gone. And he's taken down. So that's how our first quarter's going to end. So a little momentum boost there for the defense. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. 16-0 our score. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports. Goff now, 3rd and long. by the tight end, running that corner. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down.
It's a gain of 31 yards. That's good for the Jaguars. First down. First and 10.
First down throw from Goff. In trouble now, and the ball is out. And that should be Seahawks football.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That second and third level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. Well, Brock, it only took them one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. They've got first down here from the 36. They're going to throw now, following the turnover.
The tackle by Jalen Johnson. A big loss on the play. Brings up second down.
Now at midfield after that loss. Here's second and long.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80.
Setting up to throw. This is caught downfield by Owens. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They get 27 on the play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Connects on the crosser. He takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks both racing them to the halftime locker room. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Now they'll try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again.
26. Jaguars nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Jaden Reed to return this. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. The Jaguars headed out on offense late in this first half. And we're down inside a minute to play here in the second quarter, but that is enough time to get a drive together. On first down, it's gone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23. Incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Motioning left is their running back. Goff on third. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. No look on his first look of the game. So that brings up fourth and long.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. If you don't get third down conversions, you get no rhythm.
Is this clean at the 30? And that's going to be close to an outright disaster, Brock, because he winds up losing a ton of yards on the play. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And backed up this deep in their own territory, probably content to just take that lead into the locker room. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go now. Panthers.
Looking now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And this winds up being an excellent play for them from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first and 3. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. They're throwing it. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
And he puts him there under this one, right side. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
At the 11-yard line.
Okay,
what a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with first and 10.
Come on, set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
From the red zone on first. He brings it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get more points to end alongside first half. That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks continue piling onto this lead.
Jaguars nothing.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here comes Reed. He's brought down just inside the 25. Probably looking at our final snap and a half here on first down. Design quarterback run here. That's halftime of this contest. Well, I guess we could have just kept both teams out here. We're moving past halftime and getting right to the start of the second half. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
He'll throw from his end zone. Trying for the deep ball. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball?
Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. Hits the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks grow the lead coming out of halftime. They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Seahawks continue adding on to that lead.
Jaguars nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Here's Wester on the return. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. Now the Jaguars for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. To the air on first down. Here's Goff. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down. Shotgun Shotgun snap here to go. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Block 20!
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he's not going to escape. The Seahawks brought the pressure, and they got him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
6 yards.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Jacksonville in punt formation. Starts the return at the 34. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
70 Ranger, 70. Here we go. Motion. Let go.
Throwing from his own end zone. And he put everything he's got behind it. Big gain downfield. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments? I love especially going back to watching on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Here's Wester on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And coming off 3 and out, Brock, really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Jaguar football, but this late, that lead, likely too much for them to overcome. Goff now on 3rd down. Trying to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. And the Seahawks take over after the interception. That's good, but a very puzzling return.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
And again, Brock, the play clock expires. What is going on down there?
Delay of game, offense.
can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. We're going to pass it here. He's going deep this time. He's got it deep downfield. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Seahawks are running them out of the building. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Seahawks tack on 7 more to their lead.
6. Jaguars nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. On the return, here comes Reed. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Going deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And that should be Seahawks football. And the defense piles on at the end here as they take it back for the touchdown. The Seahawks throw 6 more on the blowout. The extra point is up, and it is good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And if we're being honest, Brock, this game already over. It was a while ago, but still something for this offense to play for. They can try to avoid that shutout.
Yeah, it's kind of like a game of baseball, right? You're looking up at that scoreboard, and you know it's impossible, but find some momentum, something good to build on for next week.
With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough. Enough push, enough drive.
Oh, try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over with a long field ahead. They're at the 12-yard line.
Toss pass. Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 79 Brock, 70 Lions. Ready.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So 4th down on heads. Braden Mann for the punt. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they have played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't pertinent to this game maybe anymore, Kate. This drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game and carry forward into the practices ahead. You know, as a quarterback, you got to give your man enough space to make that catch in bounds. That was off just enough to carry him to the sideline before he could establish possession.
Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's gone. Finds him over the middle. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd and just 2 to go. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down. Very good. You took on that challenge and picked up the victory. Pick out another one to tackle and build yourself a winning streak.